All right, everybody, welcome back to another video by Crypto GiBBY. Uh, so you guys watched yesterday's video. You seen I had a couple technical difficulties with my system, so I couldn't get a video out as I intended a couple days before. I got one out yesterday, but it is what it is. So as of right now, we're moving close to the Bitcoin halving. We are approximately 106 days, as you guys know. The date does fluctuate day by day, so right now it's showing us April 26th. But no need to pay too much attention to that. Just know we have 106 days, April 26th. Looking at the markets today, I actually did not review this earlier before I started the video. But let's see, Bitcoin is down 3.76 off of news that happened yesterday, which we're going to cover today. Ethereum is up by 7.32. That's a nice little gain. BNB down 2.37. Solana 7.662 down. XRP is down by 0.56. Cardano was down 2.26. Avalanche 4.26. 4.15 now. And Doge is 0.5 down. Let's see. Polkadot 2, Tron. Well, besides the top two, everything else look like it's down. In time to climb, But, moving on to the news here. Hold on, before I do that, let me make sure I go back to my notes and make sure I don't skip over anything. That's right. Before I do forget, if you're watching the video, guys, you can also, as a reminder, you can watch videos at 1.5, 2 times speed, even factors in between there, to decrease your watch time of videos. I do that quite often with the videos I watch, especially if the speaker speaks clearly. You can still retain all the information by reducing the watch time. So if you guys like, increase the watch time of this video. So let's move on to the news here. So as you guys know, if you guys was keeping up with anything as a crypto news yesterday, you guys see what happened. Starting from here, just about every single news article down here talks about it. So what happened? Yesterday, there was news that the SEC approved the Bitcoin ETFs, which would have injected a whole bunch of money into the crypto market. But it came out later that it was all hacked. So it says, well, after the official Twitter account of, At the official Twitter X account for the Securities and Exchange Commission tweeted the long-awaited approval for spot Bitcoin ETFs, Chair Gary Gensler took to his personal account on a social media platform to announce that the agency had been hacked. Yep, guys, the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission, a government-run entity, was hacked. So yeah, that's kind of a big thing. So yesterday, it got announced on all type of social platforms, SEC approved. But Gary Gensler came out and said, nope. People said that Gary Gensler just rugged the whole market. So while all signs pointed to an approval coming at the close of markets on Wednesday, a surprise post from the official SEC account seemed to announce the green light. But this was the post that came out later on by Gary Gensler. Today, the SEC grants approval. I'm sorry, this is not the correction. This was the actual tweet that the hacker put on the account. Today, the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing all registered national securities and exchanges. National Securities Exchanges. Doesn't sound right. The approved Bitcoin ETFs will be subject to ongoing surveillance and compliance measures to ensure continued investor protection. So a couple things here, highlight a couple things here that I wanted to go over. After a landmark victory in August by crypto firm Grayscale, one of the prospective issuers for the Bitcoin ETF, in a lawsuit against the agency, the SEC began to reconsider applications, which now included major players, including BlackRock. So I wanted to highlight that because I actually don't remember Grayscale being in a lawsuit against the SEC. I know the SEC was suing multiple parties, but I don't remember Grayscale actually being in a lawsuit against them. I don't remember it was Grayscale, but I know BlackRock was and everything. They got into the lawsuit. Well, I know Coinbase. I don't know the exact lawsuit. Excuse me. I don't know the exact details of all the lawsuits that was going on, but I know Grayscale was suing multiple companies. Companies were suing the SEC. I'm sorry. The SEC was suing multiple companies, and multiple companies were suing the SEC. I just never knew that Grayscale was involved in these lawsuits either. Down here, Sarit. Another highlighted part I got here. I expect at SEC.gov enforcement to send the SEC's social media and cybersecurity teams a Wells notice any minute, wrote the GiBBY co-founder Tyler Winklevoss, who was currently embroiled in a lawsuit with the agency. So once again, one of the Winklevoss twins from GiBBY is involved with a lawsuit with the SEC. But this was an article I got from Yahoo Finance, as it says, hacked SEC Twitter account falsely posts agencies approved Bitcoin ETFs. Another one here I got here was SEC's X account hacked, sharing unauthorized tweet regarding spot Bitcoin ETFs. A couple things I had highlighted. So I'm not entirely sure what time this tweet came out, but approximately around 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. This when Gary Gensler posted his tweet. Where did I put the tweet? It is not here. Oh well, let's just move on. But think about it is, when this came out, I think the markets took a little bit of rally on the upside. Then after he announced that it was incorrect, market to the downswing. But one of the big things about the ETFs is because a lot of people, it's not an assumption, this is fact, is going to happen. Well, these Bitcoin ETFs, if they get approved, you're going to have a huge injection of money into the market. Millions, maybe billions of dollars. Because one of the things is Valkyrie co-founder expects 10 billion inflows for spot Bitcoin ETFs by the end of the year. That's just Valkyrie. But then you have BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan, all of these other financial institutions that's going to be offering their own ETF products. So, as I said in previous videos, this old money is coming, and it's going to boost the market heavily. But later on, this is another thing that happened. So after the hack, in which I still don't see a government entity getting hacked too, it's just a crazy thing. Hack a letter from U.S. senators to SEC chairman. Fake Bitcoin ETF news is unacceptable. So now you're getting politicians involved. So let's go ahead and read here. While fake ETF news, the deadline in BTF and the decline in Bitcoin and whether ETF approval will come today remain the main agenda topics of the cryptocurrency market. How the SEC's X account was hacked continues to be discussed. So two U.S. senators wrote a letter to the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, asking him to explain the hacking. U.S. Senators J.D. Vance and Tom Tillis asked the SEC to submit a report to Congress on how X accounts were hacked. So, hacking, it raises serious concern about the SEC's internal cybersecurity procedures, and that they gave a deadline for the report on the incident to be submitted until January 23rd. So, two U.S. senators right now, and I mean, it is not just them is concerned as well. I'm concerned other U.S. and the population is concerned too. How in the world did, excuse me, how in the world did these accounts get hacked? It does raise concerns about security. You know, you guys know that Twitter is a instantaneous news platform. And how did somebody gain unauthorized access to that account? So there's several questions that need to be answered, in which the same thing that they brought up in here, did this come from an outside entity? Was this a inside job by somebody around? Did somebody get into the actual facility, hack the account to do it that way? Or was it somebody outside, like literally miles or thousands of miles away? Or was it just a disgruntled SEC employee or something like that? You know? But the crazy thing, I have a couple of things highlighted down here, in which I have a couple of questions. So it says, the letter asks Gensler a few questions to answer. At this point, senators asked Gensler, first question, whether X sharing was made by someone within the SEC, just as I mentioned before, whether the security breach changed the SEC's planned schedule to make a final decision on the spot Bitcoin ETF, which a lot of people was expecting to happen today, by the close of business today, if they gave approval or non-approval for the Bitcoin ETFs. So that hack kind of soiled the entire announcement today. And this was the question I have about whether the SEC could compensate for financial losses resulting from the erroneous ETF approval sharing. My question is this: who is the SEC going to compensate? Are you going to compensate government entities? Compensate businesses? Compensate U.S. citizens? That's what I'm wondering here. Because from what I've heard previously, the SEC could sue all these companies. They have sued companies all throughout the years and have gained millions, probably billions of dollars. But guess what? None of that money have ever went back into the pockets of the U.S. citizens. So exactly who are these senators talking about they're going to compensate? You know, because I'm pretty sure these senators know that. They know that this money is not going to go to the senators. So where do they expect this money to go? These are just questions I had while reading these articles. Oh, excuse me. But you know, this is all part of the game. A lot of people saying that this was planned. Gary Gensler rug pulled the entire crypto space. But we will see, hopefully by today, to see what happens. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about the approval, because there's so much stuff that these financial companies have already done. They spent money on advertising. They have filed for their ticker symbols to be, the CBOE, to be listed on the CBOE, and a multitude of other things. So I highly doubt these companies would have done all of this without knowing that their products, the ETF products, would be approved. It's kind of like you just throwing money out the window, just chunking money or just burning money without knowing the actual why you're doing it. But, that's the information about Bitcoin ETFs, the hack, Gary Gensler, senators, and all that extra stuff. But, we're going to move on to the next thing here. Something I ran across while today while getting prepared for this video. Right here, just in, X ends NFT support. So, if you guys know Twitter, which is now X, I have a huge just contention with that. So just a side note here. Elon Musk purchased Twitter. Which you guys know, Twitter is not doing as good as it used to since the purchase happened. But why in the world would you rename Twitter to a variable, to just X? So this is something I thought about. If you're doing math equations, right, and you're searching for, let's say, X equals 24 or X equals just something, Google search engines may end up pulling Twitter search results and a search result that you was not even expecting. Just that one letter X. It just may cause, I'm just thinking as a developer, it may cause developers to revamp their search engine code just to compensate just for a business being a one letter X. I mean, I know I'm not explaining it the way I really want to, but it's just, to me, it just makes no sense to rename Twitter to just X. Crazy. But anyway, so X removes NFT support. When you had your Twitter account, you was able to change your Twitter profile, your avatar, your picture to an NFT that you own into your wallet. But now they're ending that support. Come to find out that several other platforms also ended support before. Apart from Twitter, Instagram and Facebook also experimented with displaying and publishing NFTs. But in March 2023, Meta, Facebook, ended NFT support. So that's just a quick side note that, you can no longer set NFTs as your profile picture on X by actually linking the image from your wallet. But you can always just take a screenshot or download the picture of your NFT and upload the image into your avatar or your profile picture. So, you just can't actually link it using your wallet anymore. So it's something I want to bring up. Going into this next thing I found the other day, which I did not. I thought about this the other day. Hold on, let me rephrase it. Sometime last week, I was thinking about NFTs and how much NFTs are worth to some of the most expensive NFTs. And as I was doing a little research on some other things, I ran into this. I found this completely unexpected, was not searching for it, and I just found it. And it's just crazy because I was thinking about this. So some of the most expensive NFT artwork. Beeple. If you guys do not know who Beeple is, I think right now, as you can see on this website here, he has some of the most expensive NFT artwork. I think around when NFTs became real big, I think in 2021, people sold a lot of artwork, and some of this, as you can see, this piece of art right here is $69 million. Basically $70 million. This piece of artwork that he just highlighted. Here's another one, clock, $39 million. But think about this. This guy right here, and when Beeple name popped up in 2021, I actually did a little bit of research on him. And Beeple has been popular in the visual arts, computer generated art. Not computer generated, but visual arts. I can't even think of the words. Visual arts community for quite a while. He has been creating art for years, and people have always liked his art. I think he sold prints and everything. So when NFTs came out, before they came out, people already had a huge following, a huge community who followed his art. So when NFTs came out, they realized you can take art and put it into NFTs. You had a lot of people seeking his art. So Beeple is one. This is another piece of art I remember seeing. This is another one by Beeple here. This one sold for $6 million. Here's a Crossroads, Beeple. This is actually a video. So this artwork here, made by Edward Snowden, $5.2 million. Was that Mad Dog Jones? But this right here was a site I found. The site is called cryptoart.io. If you guys want to see some of the most popular crypto art, it's on here. And who guys know, somebody who's watching this video one day, or who knows, could be me, may create something to end up popping on this website one day, and the most famous crypto arts. But this is some of the stuff I've seen here. I didn't go through the website. Hopefully nothing pop up on here that's inappropriate. Yeah, so this is all art. I thought this was a Beeple piece right here. I just looked at it, but it's not. Somebody else. Up, here goes some Beeple art here. Wait, this is two of the... Okay, this is just a duplicate show on here. That's all it is. What? Somebody made the coffin dance into an NFT. This thing sold for $80,000. I'm not $800,000. And you know what? The person who probably recorded this footage probably wasn't the one who made this. And that's so messed up. Wow. But anyway, I just wanted to go over a little bit of news here about the Bitcoin ETF approval, fake out, the hack of the SEC. But, you know, which I don't have any graphics. I'm not going to pull them up. I'm just going to leave the screen up here. As you guys know, I'm still doing my mining operation. Things are a little bit more, I have progressed in my operation a little bit. My unminable is still producing. Gaining ADA, Cardano. Got that staking. So any Cardano I make from my mining operation goes into my wallet, and it is staking into a Cardano stake pool, ADA stake pool. So yeah, so I'm gaining 2 times. And then I've now got my Chia mining operation fully going. I got plots that's happening, still forming some at this point, and I'm still, and as daily, I'm starting to see my daily income increase as more plots I am forming. So yeah, like I said, and later on down the line, I will do more dedicated videos to just unminable.com. Like I said, but unminable, you can use your computer resources to mine crypto. As stated before, you can, as you put your money to work for you in the bank or in crypto, you can use your computer to work for you when you're not using it. So I have an affiliate link down in the video description. You can click on that, use it, start using it Unminable. Make sure to use the referral code because it is more profitable to use the referral code that's applied than using Unminable without one. Keep that in mind. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. If you stuck around to the end of the video, I do want to thank you. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please share the video with somebody who you think could use the information today. And once again, liking, commenting, and subscribing does help out the channel, and it helps out the video for the algorithm too. Again, I am Crypto GiBBY, and I want to thank you again for sticking around to the end of the GiBBY. I can't even talk. I am Crypto GiBBY, and I want to thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, guys. See you later. Peace.